Welcome back, Focus Learners. So today, we've got a truly fascinating explainer lined out for you. We're going to completely deconstruct a concept that, everyone talks about, but very few people actually understand at a mechanical level. I'm talking about confidence. Usually we just treat confidence as this sort of mysterious, abstract feeling, right? Like something you either magically wake up with or you just don't. But the source material we're breaking down today, it flips that completely on its head. It presents confidence not just as an emotion, but as a highly tangible, operational mechanism, something you can literally construct and deploy to your immense benefit. Okay, let's dive into this. Our source material starts by anchoring us right in the ultimate end state of this mechanism. It says that when you have true confidence, you, quote, feel like that you can take on the world and win. It doesn't say you feel just okay or adequate, no way. It specifically frames this as a deeply powerful, proactive stance. I mean, taking on the world and winning, that implies confidence isn't just some defensive shield, it's this active, forward-moving energy. It's literally the absolute highest emotional stake we can aim for. But how do we actually get to that feeling? How do we go from just wanting to win to actually having the mechanical tools to make it happen? Well, that brings us to part one, the competitive advantage. Here, we're shifting gears from that internal feeling to the actual external output. So, the crucial point is how our source explicitly defines confidence. It calls it the differentiator and the competitive advantage that makes you much better at anything you do. Let's unpack that for a second. Think about it. In any system, a differentiator is that single variable that separates one outcome from another, right? If two people have the exact same baseline skills, the same education, the exact same opportunities, what actually dictates who succeeds? The text gives us the answer plain as day. It is this engine of confidence. It acts like a massive multiplier. Having it will make you much better at literally anything you attempt. It's for sure the definitive edge. Now that we know it's the definitive edge, let's jump into part two, arenas of impact. Let's look at where this engine actually operates in the real world. Now, what's really interesting about this is the sheer universal breadth of application the text gives us. It specifically points out the workforce, sports, and your family. Think about how completely different those environments are. The workforce requires, professional strategy. Sports, that's physical and mental endurance. And your family requires deep emotional vulnerability and connection. Yet, the text identifies confidence as the core competitive advantage across all of them, wrapping it up with a sweeping statement in anything that you do. It just goes to show that this mechanism isn't specialized for just one little corner of your life. It is a fundamental, everyday tool. Which leads us right into part three, the authenticity mechanism. This is the absolute core focus of today's explainer, how this central mechanism actually works. We're moving away from the vague idea of confidence and translating it into something highly concrete and actionable. Let's move to the actual steps and see how this builds. Here is the exact psychological machinery laid out in the text. Step one, you must be able to articulate who you are. It's like drawing the blueprints before building a house. You simply can't build a solid foundation on a blurry concept. Articulating means putting hard borders around your identity. Then, step two, once it's articulated, you can feel confident in who you are. Notice how the feeling actually follows the definition. And finally, step three, the output. Be who you are to make the difference. This sequence is huge. It shows us that confidence isn't about putting on a mask or faking it. The ultimate competitive edge is engineered by a radical alignment between what you articulate, what you feel, and how you act. I really want to linger on this specific phrase drawn directly from our source. Being who you are makes the difference. This right here is the practical execution of everything we've been talking about. The mechanism of confidence is, quite simply, authentic self-expression deployed out into the world. Think about it. When you're operating as your true articulated self, you are utilizing a competitive advantage that literally no one else on the planet has access to, because no one else is you. That is exactly why it makes the difference. It's just a profoundly simple, yet structurally invincible way to operate. So the engine is running, you're articulating, you're feeling, you're being your true self. But what does this actually generate when it hits a roadblock? That brings us to part four, generating resilience and grit. And this brilliantly illustrates a final, vital equation from the source. On one side, we have the inevitable, any adversity. The text fully acknowledges that life is going to push back. But on the other side, we see what the authenticity mechanism generates to meet that friction, resilience and grit. Because you have that competitive advantage of knowing exactly who you are, you naturally produce the internal fortitude required to overcome external challenges. Resilience, the ability to bounce back, and grit, the endurance to just keep pushing, they aren't random traits. The text makes it absolutely clear they are the direct, continuous output of having the confidence to just be yourself throughout life. Which leaves us with this final thought to close out our explainer today. We've mapped out the machine. We've seen that confidence isn't magic. It's the structured process of articulating, feeling, and being exactly who you are to generate resilience and secure your unique differentiator in literally everything you do. The machine is completely built. The only thing left to do is to actually turn the key. So the question the source material ultimately leaves us with is this: are you ready to be who you are to find your competitive advantage? It's been an awesome breakdown, focus learners. Take this mechanism, apply it to your own arenas, and I will see you in the next explainer.